What if I told you the biggest health threats after 80 aren't pain, cancer, or memory loss, but four invisible things no one talks about? They don't show up on your birthday. They don't always show up on your blood test, but they creep in, slowly, and change everything. A study from the National Institutes of Health shows that nearly 7 in 10 people over 80 struggle with one or more of these hidden health issues. And most don't realize it until it's already stolen their energy, mobility, or independence. In this video, we'll uncover the 4 real reasons why life after 80 gets harder, and what you can do, naturally, to protect your strength and your peace. If you're here to age with awareness and dignity, I invite you to like this video and stay with me until the very end. Reason number 1, hidden inflammation that slowly destroys your strength after 80. You can't feel it, you can't see it, but it's there, quietly simmering beneath the surface. Doctors call it inflammaging, a low, constant burn inside the body. Not the kind of inflammation that swells your ankle or turns a cut red. This is deeper, slower, and far more dangerous over time. After 80, this quiet fire becomes one of the biggest threats to your health. It chips away at your strength, your memory, your immune system. It ages you from the inside, without a single loud warning. Why does this happen? Because as we age, the body becomes less efficient at shutting off inflammation. What your immune system used to calm down in your 50s now lingers, and the causes are everywhere. Processed food, poor sleep, long sitting, emotional stress, environmental toxins. One day blends into the next, and the fire keeps smoldering. A 2023 study from the National Institute on Aging confirmed that chronic inflammation is directly linked to higher risk of dementia, frailty, and early death in adults over 80, even those without major diseases. Let me tell you about George. He's 82, never smoked, walks every day, eats pretty clean. But still, he felt tired all the time, stiff in the mornings, foggy in the afternoons. His labs looked normal, until a specialist tested his inflammation markers, and they were sky high. No infection, no injury, just years of quiet inflammation, chipping away at his energy. You see, after 80, the body is like an old tree, beautiful, sturdy, but more sensitive to the smallest flame. What used to be a little heat now spreads quickly. And if we don't recognize it, it becomes the thing that steals our clarity, our mobility, and our peace. But here's the healing truth. This kind of fire can be cooled. Eat more anti-inflammatory foods, like berries, leafy greens, turmeric, walnuts, olive oil. Walk each day, even just 10 minutes. Sleep deeply. It resets your immune system. Breathe, stretch, and spend time in nature. It quiets the nervous system. This isn't about doing everything. It's about doing something, consistently, gently, with love. A fire left unattended will burn the house, but a fire tended carefully can become warmth. Have you ever felt tired or inflamed without knowing why? Leave a comment and write number 1 if this spoke to you. Now take a breath, because the next danger is one you can feel in your arms, legs, and stairs you no longer climb the way you used to. Reason number 2, muscle loss that makes you weaker, slower, and more likely to fall after 80. You don't notice it at first. The stairs feel just a bit harder. Standing up takes an extra second. A jar won't open like it used to. That's not clumsiness. It's not laziness. It's muscle loss. And after 80, it happens faster than most people realize. The medical term is sarcopenia, and it begins around age 60. But after 80, the process speeds up. Every year, your body naturally loses muscle, unless you actively work to protect it. And it's not just about strength. Muscle supports your balance. It cushions your joints. It even helps your blood sugar and metabolism stay steady. Without it, everything becomes harder and more dangerous. A study from the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that adults over 80 who don't do regular strength exercises are twice as likely to fall or become dependent within 2 years. Not because they're sick, but because they've quietly lost the muscle that once held them steady. Frank, 84, was independent and cheerful. He lived alone, did his own shopping, and thought he was doing well. But one afternoon he tripped on a rug and fell, broke his hip, and everything changed. His doctor said, "Frank, your bones were fine, but your muscles weren't there to catch you." That's how it happens. One small fall leads to bed rest. Bed rest leads to more weakness. Then comes the walker. Then the fear of moving. Then the shrinking of life, from a world of errands and visits to a quiet corner of a couch. But this isn't inevitable. Muscle loss can be slowed and even reversed with simple actions. Do light resistance exercises, like using stretchy bands or light hand weights. Walk daily, even around the house. Eat enough protein. Eggs, beans, fish, Greek yogurt. Do gentle stretches to stay flexible and balanced. You don't have to become a bodybuilder. You just need enough strength to keep rising from your chair, reaching for that top shelf, walking without fear. That's real independence. After 80, muscle isn't about looking strong. It's about staying upright, mobile, and free. Have you noticed changes in your strength lately? If so, comment number 2 below. And tell me one small way you keep your body moving. Let's keep going, because the next reason is something most people accept as normal, but it may be quietly draining your brain and your body every single night. Reason number 3, poor sleep that weakens your mind and body after 80. You might think waking up 3 or 4 times a night is just part of aging. You might even laugh it off. That's just how it is at my age. But over time, that restless sleep does more than make you tired. It quietly weakens the body, slows the brain, and leaves the immune system struggling to keep up. After 80, sleep is no longer just a time to rest. It's the time your brain repairs itself, your body fights off infection, and your cells rebuild. Without deep sleep, those systems start to break down. That's why so many older adults feel foggy in the morning, more forgetful, and more prone to getting sick. The Sleep Foundation reports that seniors who get poor quality sleep are at higher risk for cognitive decline, falls, heart problems, and depression. And yet most people never talk about sleep as a form of medicine. Let me tell you about Alice, 86. She thought it was normal to wake up at 2 a.m., then again at 4, then again at 6. But over time, her memory slipped. She caught colds more often. Her energy was gone by lunchtime. Her doctor finally told her, "Your brain isn't getting time to clean itself at night." That changed everything. So how can you protect your sleep after 80? Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even weekends. Get natural light in the morning. It resets your internal clock. Avoid caffeine after noon and limit alcohol at night. Make your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet, like a cave. Try light stretching or a warm bath before bed. Limit naps, especially in the late afternoon. You don't need more sleep, you need better sleep. Deep, healing rest, the kind that helps your mind stay sharp and your body stay balanced. Sleep at this age is no longer optional. It's your nighttime repair crew. Are you sleeping well lately? Or do you feel like you're running on half a tank? Comment number 3 below if this part spoke to your life. Now let's talk about the final reason, one that's harder to see, but can weigh heavier than any illness. Reason number 4, loneliness and loss of purpose that shorten life after 80. It's not a virus, it's not a disease, but it can be just as dangerous, and sometimes even more deadly. It's the feeling of being invisible, of waking up and realizing no one is waiting for you today. After 80, many people lose the rhythm that once gave life meaning. The job, the routine, the daily hello from neighbors, the visits from friends. And without realizing it, they begin to drift. Days blur, silence grows, and the heart, once full of purpose, begins to feel empty. Loneliness isn't just emotional, it's physical. The National Institute on Aging found that chronic social isolation increases the risk of early death by 29% and raises the chances of heart disease, dementia, and depression. The body responds to loneliness like it does to illness, with inflammation, immune suppression, and withdrawal. Bill, 88, lost his wife 5 years ago. His children live across the country. He keeps the house clean, watches the news, makes his meals. But he told me quietly, "Some days I don't hear another human voice. And it's not the quiet that hurts. It's not feeling needed." You see, we aren't just built to survive. We're built to matter, to be part of something, even something small, to know that someone notices when we don't show up. So how do we protect that sense of purpose? Start small. Water a plant each morning. Write 1 letter a week. Make 1 call a day. Join a local group, club, or senior center. Not for noise, but for connection. Offer your wisdom. Younger people need your voice more than you know. Revisit old passions, music, painting, journaling, gardening. And above all, remind yourself daily, you are still here, and that still matters. This isn't about staying busy, it's about staying meaningful. When you feel needed, the body remembers how to keep going. Have you ever felt this kind of quiet loneliness, or found a small purpose that helped you feel alive again? Type number 4 below, and tell me what helps you stay connected. And now, my friend, let's close this journey with a reflection. Not in fear, but in strength. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you. Not just for watching, but for caring. For your life. For your body. For your future. Living beyond 80 is a rare and beautiful gift. But staying strong, peaceful, and clear-headed into those years takes more than luck. It takes awareness, it takes intention, it takes love, especially the kind you give to yourself. Today we spoke about 4 hidden reasons why many people struggle after 80. The silent inflammation that wears down your health. The slow muscle loss that weakens your independence. The shallow sleep that steals your energy. And the quiet loneliness that dims your will to keep going. But each of these can be softened, reversed, or at least slowed. Not by doing everything, just by choosing something. Today, and again, tomorrow. What stood out to you most in this video? Leave a comment and type number 1 to let me know you're here. And share one habit you'll begin today. Subscribe for more healing truths and positive energy, because aging should never mean silence, shame, or surrender. See you in the next video.